Hello and welcome to Cinema Leftovers. I'm your host with the most, Ronin. With me are my marauders of justice and torment, Bitil and Gab.
Wait,
Yo.
I thought I was supposed to be Quentin.
Yeah, what happened to that other podcast that you were in? I can't seem to remember the name. It was like, the name escapes me.
Yeah, you know what? It escapes me too. It's like there's a whole, blank section in my brain.
Correct.
Wow. You have, no reactions at all.
I was trying not to laugh. Okay, just okay. So
Okay, so, alright, first of all, we should introduce ourselves into this new format. For some
Who are you?
reason,
Who are you?
I'm looking like a Duros.
You
I
always
don't
look
know
like
why.
a Duros.
I can assure you that you are not going to be blue. Instead, you're going to be green, but with blue eyes.
See,
Thank
Ronin,
you.
but Ronin's always looked like a Duros with the big bulgy eyes and the pulsating forehead that has the veins popping out.
I mean, I sort of
Those are
take
ri-
offense to that.
Those are
What?
those are the wrinkles.
See, yeah, exactly. No. It's like when you get really angry, you get the little stress symbol there, like in Japanese anime. It's like the thing there. That's like Ronin already. So
Sorry, there's meat in my throat.
is that like a common thing for Duros to have in their throat?
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised, but
Yes.
oh, okay.
Alright, so how about you explain that?
This
Yes, that.
my Sunday best.
Yes, your Sunday best.
This is spandex, man. It's the way of the future.
What
did I used to be?
What about the symbol on your chest?
Symbol on my that is a symbol of pride, of authority, of propriety, and bullshit. It signifies bullshit. It is bullshit. Because I am bullshit, man. That is who I am.
You know what?
And
It works. I think that is most appropriate for you. You've always been the herald of such, so
No one can
Good job.
compare when it comes to spotting bullshit. There's just there's no gravity that anyone can hold to me when it comes to bullshit. I am like the master of bullshit.
alright, so I know what you are, but what is that?
I'm a dragon.
Looks like a South Park reject or something. Then again, we all kind of look like South Park rejects now that I think about it.
I mean, I really don't get the dragon part. I don't know, you look more like a child dinosaur? Eh?
I like dragons.
A bloated marshmallow.
Yeah.
There's a familiarity coming here. I don't know, mine I think I'm supposed to be some sort of a traditional 60s sci-fi alien, but there's some vague similarities to something.
And what would that be exactly?
Something magical.
I think it might have bear some kind of similarity to a show that has horses in it. I don't know why I say that.
Alright then.
We got
Horses
a Brony
it
in the
is.
house, people. Brony in the house.
Yes, it's Ronin, isn't it?
So definitely. This is all the influence of what's her face, Mr. McJess.
I don't know who you're talking about there.
You know what? That's probably for the best. So what are we going to be talking about today on this
Alright,
whatever
on
this
this
is?
spooky, scary skeleton day, we're going to be talking about some Halloween topics.
Well, yeah. I mean, so we're going to be doing this all throughout October. It's just going to be like scary shit.
I'm assuming that we have another episode this October. Absolutely.
Probably, maybe the end of October, most likely.
What? I thought this was going to be like a weekly thing.
Oh, we
Oh,
shall
what?
see.
I
What?
thought we were on to 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2-3 weeks? I don't know.
Well, it depends on how long it takes for the animator.
Hey, Gab, I think he's talking about you.
Huh?
So what's
Alright.
our first topic for today?
Alright. I'm trying to do a Gab impression right now.
It sounds
I
all
sound
good.
more Australian.
I can do a better one. Look, I'm good. I'm into ponies, and I like. Let's see. What do I do? What do I do? I don't do anything.
And this is me doing an impression of me.
I'll do it better than you.
So
You're
we're going to be
missing the
talking
T.
about horror movies.
Okay. Okay. Go
So
ahead.
what was the last horror movie that you watched recently, guys?
Okay, well, we watched Insidious 3 the other day.
I remember that.
I would hope so. It was the other day.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
See, I like the first two Insidiouses. I was really pumped for the third one, actually.
Insidiouses?
Is that how you say it,
I think it's
Insidiouses?
just
Insidious Eye.
I think it's just Insidious. It's like it's already plural.
Alright, well, I was fond of the first two Insidious.
No, that don't sound right either. Okay, you know what? I'll just say the third one. When we watched the third one, I was expecting something much, much more frightening to happen than. Well, I mean, what we got in this one.
Wait, yeah, okay, for starters, okay, I don't know, this movie's been out for a little while, so I don't care.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
It was terrible, that's it.
What? Okay, see, when we watched it, you were like, it's okay. And the next day, you're like, it kind of sucked. And now you're like, yeah, it's terrible. Is that...
See, I keep, like, I don't know, none of the things that I liked about it at the time are sticking with me. So, like, the longer I go on, the less fondness I have for it.
Well, you see, because with this one, it wasn't. I mean, the second one wasn't as scary as the first. The first one's like the scariest.
No, but like the second one's
Right.
really more plot heavy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got bored halfway through, and then like that
This
guy
one-
dressed up like a chick showed up, and it was a big mess. But the third one.
That sounds like your everyday Thursday.
The third, well, we don't need to be, spreading my. Anyway, so but the third one now, this one, I felt like it was more of a comedy.
I mean, almost nothing happened.
No, some funny stuff did happen. I like the part. I do like the demon in this one. He's fucking hilarious. He looks like Arcus Woad from Tor. He's got this little like he's a squid face dude with some breathing mask thing going on there. He's all like flail and but he doesn't do anything. He just kind of shows up, scares somebody, and disappears. I guess that's what like most ghosts do in movies.
I don't know. Like I've seen a fair amount of horror movies. Not like a lot, but a fair amount. I'd say I'm like a casual fan of horror movies.
Filthy casual.
Yes, definitely.
You are a casual.
I'm this is a situation I'm all right with admitting that.
I mean, I don't just mean in terms of like horror movies.
My favorite horror movies like happened a long time ago, like older movies.
Yeah, I'm on the same vibe with it as
Oh,
well.
We
awesome.
got hipster casuals in here. Alright, okay. Alright. But see, the thing is, with horror movies, they're just not scary anymore. That's the thing. I don't
Well,
find them.
I
Okay.
think there's there's a few things that they're missing at the moment. I think it really is a sense of suspense. That's the first thing I believe. But it's more in the sense of that we mostly just get stereotypical characters that we just don't care about. One-dimensional characters we just don't care about in most of these films. Because, I mean, why should you be scared for them if you don't give a damn?
See,
You actually bring up a fairly decent point there. I mean, it's both the craft and the execution. So, it just, I don't know. I haven't seen like a horror movie in a while that's like really freaked me out. But like then again, I've heard some good movies have come out recently. I'm trying to think of one in particular. Oh yeah, I heard that It Follows was good. I haven't seen that. I'm hoping to watch it sometime this Halloween.
see, the thing with horror movies, it's different for everyone. Like you and me, Ronan, we find different things scary.
Oh, that is 100% true.
Like I'm more like the paranormal stuff that bugs the shit out of me. But with you, it's like the cheesy practical effects
it's-
of the 80s.
For me, it's the body horror. Body horror. I think that's what scares me the
What, you mean,
most.
like Saw or...
Like Saw kind of thing.
I guess you could include Saw, though that's more like a cringe thing.
You know what we gotta
Yeah.
watch this Halloween? Alright. Human Centipede 3.
Oh, what, wait,
The final,
wait,
what's-
they made a third one?
they made a third, I'm pretty sure they had a third one.
I know they made a second one,
They
but
had a second
not
one where it
third
was like,
one.
okay, it was like 3 people for the first one. I think it was 12 people, and it was like
100
24.
for the next one.
It was 24. They go-
Jesus.
Okay. That's a lot of ass to mouth movements in there.
How long do you think it would take from one thing? Actually, no, I'm not even gonna ask that question
From one shit to go from one end to the other.
until
That's
it comes
where
out the
I
other end.
figured
Yeah.
it was going.
See,
Approximately 24 days.
yeah, well, it depends. I mean, if there's like some constipation backing up movement in like the middle
Oh.
there, I mean, who came up with that? Whoever came up with that is a really disturbed individual.
Well, I'll say this: this film actually, you know, the director of the first one, or was it the second one? I can't remember. But he apparently had to lie to get money to make this movie. He had to lie about what this film was about just to get finances.
I can believe it. I
I
can believe it.
100% believe it. I mean, I definitely know that there's an audience for those kind of movies. It has to be the type that are always wanting to push the boundaries. Like they've seen the same old, and want to see something new. I can respect that. I ain't gonna watch no Human Centipede though, okay?
I'm calling bullshit. This movie, those movies, they're just it's not even like they're on Saw's level. You know Saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's just, I mean, it's disgusting. But there's like a level of disgust it hits where Human Centipede just takes it beyond.
Oh
You
God,
know.
absolutely.
Okay, it's like with Saw, there's more to it than just ass to mouth,
It's
shit nomming and
it's more like
regurgitating.
cringe gore humor kind of thing.
I'll say this about Saw. The one thing I sort of respect, well, not, yeah, well, I don't know if that's the right word, but there's one thing I definitely like in the Saw films. It's more necessarily the more creative ways that Saw kills people,
That's
or the
true.
traps.
That's
That's what I
true.
like about those films. And I think Saw is a decent character anyway.
They escalate the odds and stakes and the new traps every single movie. So
Every single movie. See, I saw the what was it? Saw 7, the 3D one.
There's 7.
I mean, the movies are garbage.
I saw
but
no. I saw that one, the 3D one, in the movies, in IMAX, mind you.
It might be the most recent one.
It was, and I was very underwhelmed.
I mean, like,
I was bored because I had gone in. I don't know who had binged watched them. We binged like 1 to 6 the night before.
oh wow.
Man,
Wow.
That was like, I think that's why I'm as cynical as I am now. That much played a part. But yeah, when you see the 7th one, you're like, huh, that's it.
Who gives a shit?
It's not even that. It's just it was so. It was almost like they took a step back because the traps had gotten really just not even silly, just unimaginative. That's the thing. Compared to like the other ones. So.
Who's the main character? The main like villain guy that was in like
Jigsaw.
the first. Yeah, first
Jigsaw.
2. I know him, but I meant I forgot the actor's name.
Tobin Bell.
He's great,
Tobin
but
Bell.
like that character, he gets killed off pretty quick, doesn't he?
He dies in the 3rd movie. So spoilers. Oh, spoilers.
Well, I've only seen the first few of them. Anyway, I haven't seen all of them.
No, but see, the thing they do with he dies in the 3rd one, but the 3rd and 4th movie are happening like alongside each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he technically dies in the 4th one, I guess. And then this other dude takes over and he becomes Jigsaw for a bit, and then
So like back on track to like horror movies of now. Like what makes them scary? Why aren't they scary? It's
because we've become like just as like the audience, right? We know what to expect. We know when he's gonna pop out of the closet.
Right.
It's sort of like where we know what's gonna happen. So
that's where people have to keep being imaginative with their scares, even if it's like jump scares. I'm okay with jump scares actually as a concept. I don't like the often execution of just having nothing on the screen and blaring loud music. That actually happened in Insidious 3 when we were watching it.
That did. See, that's why the first 2 were really good because they didn't have like fake jump scares. Like when something popped out, man, something popped out. Holy shit, did something pop out. But like in the 3rd one, it was like, ooh, it's the hot guy from Laugh Track.
They had to make something out of nothing, and there was nothing there for most of the movie. There was a few good parts actually, but
I like the part when like the demon guy, like she's on the stage auditioning for like a role in like school play, and he's just standing behind everyone waving from like what kind of demon? Like
he was just so he was so friendly, and when he eventually finds her in like the further, he's just like petting her hair, and it's.
Okay, well, being fair, he did make her get hit by a car.
Well, yes, that's true. But don't all good friends at some point?
I mean, I know I've definitely tried to kill you with some sort of motorized vehicle at least once or twice in the past.
Speaking of horror movie demons...
Wow, okay, I see what you did there. Okay, we're playing it like that?
Let's talk about our favorite horror movie icons.
No, this is referring to characters, not the actors playing the characters.
Yes.
And they have to be fairly well known too.
Alright, so who's going to start us off then?
You start us off.
Okay. The first thing that I can immediately think of as being a horror movie icon for me is Ash from the Evil Dead franchise.
Oh, all right, okay, it's not bad,
Mm-hmm.
not bad.
Yeah.
Gets progressively better every incarnation. Like the first, like original movie, he's just sort of more of a side-ish character. Second movie, which was basically a remake of the first, was awesome. I loved it. It was campy, creepy horror with low budget, and it was fantastic. Even had the famous laughing scene where like a deer head starts laughing. I love that.
I've seen that so many times,
I love that. Yeah.
but I never understood the context to it. Like, what the hell is going on?
It just goes.
He's losing his mind at that
Oh,
point.
well, I can believe that. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then of course he cuts off his hand
Oh, no.
in the movie.
Well, yeah, he
and-
puts a chainsaw on the motherfucker.
Yes.
That's so awesome with the shotgun as well.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that. And then, of course, the third movie, it's not even a horror movie at that point. Like, the third movie, Army of Darkness, is just straight up like a campy kind of adventure movie with some weird elements in it. I adore that movie, but it is nothing like any of the others, and I love them. Even the remake was pretty good.
Man, the remake. Oh my,
Haven't seen that yet.
We'll be talking about that later.
Oh yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
When we hit that, man. Let me tell you.
I appreciated the remake. I mean, it wasn't like I don't know. What obviously wasn't the same, but for me, it was fantastic. Regardless, it had tons of gore and creep and and razors and tongues.
Let's not
Anyway,
go there.
Bitil, I think it's your turn.
But okay, I would have to say my number one. Yes, Freddy fucking Krueger.
I knew it.
Well, it was either gonna be him or Chucky, because Chucky's pretty funny too.
Oh, yeah, good old Chucky.
I like Chucky, but see, Freddy, this motherfucker, he prances around in like a Christmas sweater. He's got like a hipster fedora going on there. He's got the baggy pants. Oh, and he's like burnt. He looks like melted cheese. But I love Freddy. He's like one of the only characters I know in horror movies to have like a really good sense of humor, and to be able to maintain that through pretty much every movie. Except the remake, but
he steals the show, yeah.
Yeah, Freddy, you're almost rooting for him at some points. Okay, well maybe I was.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I mean, when he's like slashing apart Johnny Depp in the bed, I was like, okay, yeah, good, okay.
You're not a big Johnny Depp fan, are you?
I do not like him.
Wow.
I don't like him. I don't. So you know what? When I was seeing that, I was like, all right, okay. No, I'm kind of.
Yeah, but you know that was his first role, right?
Yeah. He played up that Grease Monkey act really good. So, but yeah, I like Freddy Krueger. I like the idea behind him, like the whole thing where he's like he can kill you in your dream, and anything he does to you in the dream happens in the real world. That's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Though his movies did get really fucking stupid.
I thought what was that? I think it was called New Nightmare. That was actually one of the better ones, I think.
That's the one where they make it out to be like Freddy's in the real world.
Yeah, that.
Kind of okay, that one was a really weird one because like Wes Craven was in that. Well, they sort of play it where it's like, oh, how do you even explain that one?
Like it's like he has to. Like Freddy is coming into the real world, so in order to trap him in this fictional world, they have to make another movie or something like that.
Yeah.
That's the plot.
So yeah, because Freddy, he's a movie villain, but in this movie, he's like a real life
movie villain.
Oh man, it's weird. It's like an Inception kind of thing. So,
Yes.
So to kill him off, they're gonna make another movie and kill him. For real. I don't know. I just remember that tongue scene when he's like doing the Dewey Mall kind of thing. We'll have to put a picture of that up there. But so definitely, I'd say Freddy Krueger. He's one of the most original horror movie villains, I'd say, especially for the time. You know. The 80s.
Yeah, I can totally see the appeal.
The 80s. I mean, but then again, over time, he just got really silly.
Wasn't the last one they had, like, sorry to interrupt, is the last one they had, like, Rorschach playing him?
That never happened. That never happened. New Nightmare, that was the last one.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
Unless
gonna...
you count another film, yeah.
I was gonna save it for later, but the actor who plays Freddy, he's awesome. Like,
He is.
He is.
I was we will talk about it later, but one of those movies, and he was like the best part. Like,
Correct.
I'll tell you this, but if any actor is in a film that has Michael Bay's name attached to it, it's gonna suck.
well,
That is probably true, actually.
I mean, I guess you could disqualify The Rock, but I don't know.
Hmm. Well, I haven't seen that one yet, but I'll take your word for it. So is it my
Sweet.
turn?
Yeah, go ahead, Gerb. Do your
Right. Well, I was originally gonna say Freddy, but you know who I'm
Haha,
gonna choose? You know
bitch!
who?
Beat you to it, motherfucker!
But you know who I'm gonna choose? Or should I say what?
Oh.
The Xenomorphs.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll say this right now, Alien, to me, is one of the very few films that actually legitimately scared me.
Hmm.
Like, to me, when I think of just a perfect horror film, perfect pacing, perfect atmosphere, perfect suspense, and a really, surprising, a good cast of characters, and
Mhm.
a really, really fantastic creature or villain or whatever, it's definitely
Mhm.
the Alien.
I
Because,
mean,
oh,
yeah.
it's one of those, I just absolutely loved it. And the first one is technically a horror film. It's a film where characters get killed off gradually, and then there's only one left at the end, and of course there's lots of moments of what do you call it? Suspension of disbelief? No, that's not right. False alarms. That to me what makes it work so well. There's just
Mhm.
so many false alarms in this movie, and yet they still scare you. And then when the alien does pop out, it just comes right the fuck out of nowhere, and that's
You
what
know,
makes it effective.
it's sort of a shame that like the people in charge of the franchise thought that their ship of Alien was unsinkable. So like, just the movies get worse after like the first two.
Yeah,
So like nowadays, no one's scared of Alien. But
yeah, I know.
but like seeing that first movie, it's terrifying. Even
I'm
though it's
scared of you, Ronan.
you know what? I'm just gonna like move on to the next topic.
What? It's true. You're one scary ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You should
Now,
tell the
excuse me while I
audience.
grab my beef jerky.
Yeah, he's scary now.
Goddamn meat munching alien motherfucker. That's gonna be like your nickname, the meat munching motherfucker.
I'm actually fine with that. Let's go with that.
The meat
Yeah,
munching motherfucker.
particularly since we're allowed to swear.
It
So
feels
that's
like
can.
a kick-ass villain.
You know that's true, and you know how liberating it is to be able to swear. Ronan used to censor me. The live show used to censor me, but
wasn't
now
it
no
with
one.
wasn't it like with Death Screams that used to censor it with?
I don't know what the fuck he did because I never listened to them, but everyone kept selling me, there's like Tuscan Raider sounds when I used to swear. I was like,
I
what?
think it was Death Screams or something like that. I can't remember.
I
I
don't know what.
did. I like got like a whole bunch of like sound effects through like when I used to make stop motion films, and
Ah,
I used death screams just to over.
So whenever I would say fuck, it would be like,
and then you'd have an orangutan going, "Peter,
it's
stop
the most
swearing."
stupid thing I could have ever imagined you doing for me
You'll note
swearing.
I'm not in charge of editing this time around.
Yeah, don't worry.
We'll see how Gab will
This will
fuck it
remain
up.
uncut, except the edited parts.
Okay. Okay, so what's the next topic on the list? Meat munching motherfucker.
Um. Okay, so this sort of ties into what we were talking about earlier on. It's specifically about horror movie remakes of all things.
Oh man.
Because we all know how
Oh,
Hollywood works. A franchise has better name recognition than a brand new film. So, rather than continuing in a long, convoluted line, they're going to get like a fresh start, a remake, a reboot.
There's been some
Uh,
shitty ones.
A
most
lot
of
of
them.
shitty ones.
There's been some bullshit, let me tell you. There's bullshit in the premises. There's bullshit on the walls, on the ceiling, in
So
your
you get like
ass, I don't know.
you get a remake, a reboot, a reimagining.
Okay, so let's pick a few remakes that really fucking suck.
All
Just
right.
because we're on the bias side. We're like on the side that they suck.
Mhm.
Right?
Like I don't know, there is occasionally one or two good remakes, but
Yeah.
Name me one.
substantially rarer
Give me
in the
one.
horror franchise.
Give me one that doesn't suck. Go ahead.
All right, well, just like give me like 10 minutes.
10 minutes
I've got some. I've got some.
that don't suck?
Hey, go ahead, Gab, please.
The Hammer horror films.
So who?
The
What
ones
now?
that
I guess those qualify as remakes.
the
Yeah, you're
ones
right.
yeah, the ones that have Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee in them. You know when Christopher Lee plays.
Oh,
Those are pretty good.
those
Or should
count
I say
as?
they're better than what we have? What?
Okay.
They're
It's
not
a
modern remakes, but yes, you are correct. They
yeah,
are
they were
remakes.
remakes from the 50s and 70s. Yeah.
Okay, well, if we're going that far back, that's like cheating. That's like pulling an
But
ace out your asshole in the middle of the card game.
it's still technically a remake.
Okay, well, I'm gonna list you some ones that really fucking suck.
Oh, go ahead.
We could be here all day. First of all, I'm just throwing this out there. Godzilla. The newest Godzilla movie.
Does that? I guess that's a
That
monster
does.
movie, so it works.
It's not a horror, but
I know what you're
It's a
talking about.
monster movie.
Because like we usually judge like horror culture based off of what James Rolfe does. For us.
Exactly. So Godzilla-thon, motherfuckers.
I love those videos.
Okay, fine. If
Me
you're
too.
gonna crucify me on Godzilla, I'll shoot at the easy ones. Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry.
God,
We've been talking about that already.
Friday the
Yeah, I know.
13th remake.
that was
Oh my
terrible as well.
gosh.
Halloween remakes.
Terrible.
I
Texas
have
Chainsaw Massacre. All the like mainstream horror movies, the old ones, the remakes of those, they're just a mess. It's just like a big cluster fuckage of shit and ass and fucking shit and ass.
I mean, I had one I was gonna mention, but
What you got? The Thing?
oh, the Thing remake.
I
Yeah,
caught you there. Yeah, The Thing. The
Yeah.
Thing. I haven't seen the new one.
the
The new
original is probably my favorite horror movie of all time. Now, showing that to Bitil was sort of a mistake.
Now we
because
have seen that together.
He laughs
Yeah.
at like practical effects and rubber and
No,
fake
wait.
blood
I
and
like
stuff.
practical effects.
No, wait. No.
Whereas that stuff that genuinely creeps me out.
I laughed because you found it scary. That's what I was. I can't believe that scares you. I can't. It doesn't like compute.
See, I was but a child of around maybe 14 years old,
14. See, but it still
That's not a
scares
child.
you now. That's the thing.
and
Oh.
my dad and I were up late watching movies together, and the
Right.
Thing was on.
The Thing was on, all right. The Thing was definitely on.
So
Thing
I
was
get to
on.
see like the most disturbing, like tentacle, slime, gore fest that ties into like my own personal psyche of hating like body horror. Like not hating, but I find that stuff freaking creepy. And I'm just up all night, like I'm tense, just laying in my bed staring up at the ceiling.
The
Can't
Thing's
fall
gonna
asleep.
get you. The Thing's gonna get you.
I'll tell you the one
So-
that gets me in that film. It's when that guy's head comes off and it sprouts legs.
It was
And
so
crawls on the
funny
table.
though. I don't understand why that's scary. Even
It's because I
Okay.
hate spiders. I hate things that have loads of legs and
you know what movie we gotta watch? It's called The Eight-Legged Freaks.
Oh no. Oh no.
We're gonna watch this
Oh no.
So like
one day. I'm
with the
telling you.
Thing remake, all
I
those
didn't see that
practical
one.
effects, it's
Gone.
been replaced by CGI.
So what does the Thing look like in the remake? Does he look like the old Thing? Or...
No, it's basically a lot more about like mouths, teeth, CGI legs.
It's supposed to assimilate its victims or something like that. So
It sort of looks
actually,
like
it doesn't actually have an actual form.
it sort of looks like I don't know, like Dead Space-ish, I guess.
Hey, speaking of teeth, you guys ever heard of this movie called Teeth?
Like, maybe, I don't know.
You want to talk about a horror movie? Let me tell you about this movie called
Teeth.
Teeth. Okay, now this is not
I
suitable for.
just look up film. I just
all
look up
audiences.
pictures of people with
You know what?
hyperdentia, which means you have too many teeth.
Can Gab like look this movie up just to like
You know what?
like,
Yeah, Gerb, look up a Teeth horror movie right now.
do it?
Oh God!
Okay, there it is.
What the fuck?
It gives the definition of a skygina a whole new meaning. Let me tell you.
Oh,
So for those of you
sick,
who don't,
twisted perv would make something like that.
okay, for those of you
Some of
who
the
don't
weirdest
know,
fetishes.
Teeth is about a. See, how do you even like explain it without sounding like a complete cockhead? Teeth
Well,
is
yeah.
basically a movie centered around a demon vagina that eats you.
No, it attacks when threatened.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, I tried to word it in a way that didn't make it sound like, period. But the whole point is,
So what the fuck?
it is. So yeah, so a girl's vagina has teeth, That's a okay.
You know,
I'm gonna
there's
go
a
on.
similar
I have seen it.
concept in
No,
Piranha 3D, I think it
no,
was.
see that one.
Where they're
Okay.
like the piranha like swims up in and then
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, that's enough detail.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
know
you were
what
going to
you're
say
talking
drawn
about.
together and that premise too.
I know what you're talking about. I have seen both Teeth and Piranha 3D, and they were both horrible, horrible experiences. I mean, they will make you not want to have sex for a very long period of
Oh
time,
God.
or at least check the opening
So
before
here's the
going
question. Here's the number one
Oh.
question.
in. Okay,
How can we get Corey to watch these?
Corey watch Teeth.
Pretend it's something else.
Okay, here's the thing with Corey is he'd probably be into the whole teeth thing. So,
I mean, he's into fetishes about people eating other people.
okay, we don't need to we don't need to spread his
He's
dirty
into-
laundry
he's,
all over.
He's into cannibalism.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, for those of you who don't know Corey, pray you never do. Okay.
Just be glad.
Okay,
He's an
let's move on to the
orangutan, yes.
next topic. Okay, well, let's just agree horror movie remakes most of the time suck donkey anus.
Unless you can
And we
bring
already-
something new.
And we did already
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
It
no
just-
problem.
We already talked about like our favorite horror movie franchises along the way. So
Oh
Hmm.
yeah. Well, you fucked up my topics. Well done.
all right, everybody. So we all watched a movie recently, and we're going to review it for our last segment on our show.
What's the movie called?
We watched Freddy vs. Jason.
Holy fuck! This movie it was okay. It was alright. It was.
I mean, yeah,
I like it.
I think I was whelmed. Would be the right word.
whelmed, so neither forward or back, just sort of going down the middle.
I see. Like I was thinking about it all last night when I couldn't fall asleep, and then this morning, and I was just like, for the new podcast, I gotta have like a new energy. I gotta like be passionate about what I'm talking about. And then like this movie, like I didn't have much of a reaction to.
Okay, I'm gonna say we'll start this off with the main characters, like the human ones.
Okay, yes, the human
Yeah,
characters.
who are they again?
The bland, boring, tasteless,
Okay.
stale characters. we've
Since I
seen
just
in-
watched it last night, I can describe them.
Okay, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, so there's the main chick, who
Okay.
may actually be my number one complaint with the movie, because she is the most boring thing ever.
Again, it's a horror movie, so
Main
bear that in
characters
mind.
are usually boring.
Yeah.
But like Ripley ain't boring.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
Ripley's great.
okay. I can't.
So
I can't. Okay.
and then we've got like, I guess my favorite human character, which was her black girlfriend.
We need like
She
names.
She got home runned.
We need. Oh my god. We need like.
Jason home run.
We need like the names, cause saying like the black sidekick character doesn't cut the mustard here.
Well, that's exactly the way it is for the movie.
Well, yeah.
You
No,
don't
I remember
care
that. Even the
about
way she
them.
talks, you know.
Okay. Well. Okay. So there's the two chicks.
Okay.
Who else
All
we
right,
got?
so there's another chick who has like pigtails. I'll just call her pigtail girl.
Pigtail girl. All right.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then like there's a couple boy characters at the beginning that we aren't even going to talk about. And
Well,
then,
there's the meth head guy.
Yeah.
oh yeah, there's
He's the
there's-
only one I remember.
There's the
Yeah.
pothead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pothead. Let's call him
Pothead.
Fred.
Okay. So there's him. I
Oh
don't
yeah, and then there was the
remember-
two kids in the asylum. I
Who?
think that was her original boyfriend, like the main characters. And he has like a friend.
Oh yeah. Okay. I remember. Okay. Yeah. So
Let's
there's
just talk
the-
about. Let's just talk about the two
Yeah.
characters that everyone remembers.
Yeah,
Or
who
should I
gives
say
a
the
fuck
only
about these
ones
human
that we
guys?
remember.
Okay, Freddy and fucking Jason.
Oh yeah.
Jason kind of sucked in this movie. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
Oh,
he had a couple good moments.
A couple.
I think my favorite moment that they had with Jason was where he's on fire and chasing a guy through a cornfield.
That was pretty intense.
no.
And then he ends it just by throwing his flaming machete into the guy's chest.
I mean, why
That was
not?
awesome.
Right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, if you're gonna kill someone, why not just chuck your
Ooh.
flaming machete at somebody?
See, when the movie started, like, the first kill of the movie,
I remember
the
that.
guy gets, like, stabbed over and over and over and over again in the bed, and then
Wait, that
he,
wasn't
like,
the first kill in
twists
the
up
movie.
the bed into, like, a V shape, so he's bent back.
Wait a minute.
That wasn't the first kill.
Okay, well,
The
not
first-
that
the first,
kill.
The first one was that woman skinny dipping.
Oh yeah.
And then
I
she
mean,
turns into Jason's mother,
yeah, like I meant the
which is
first
Freddy.
character.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But anyway, like that sort of just set the tone for me, I thought. And I thought like if the rest of the movie's like that, it's gonna be great. And they had good moments like that, and then they had weird moments, I don't know, or just it wasn't. And it was sort of all over the place, but at least the fights were good.
See, that's the whole point of this movie. I'm pretty sure it's just you don't go to see it for anything more than the fight. Right.
And to be fair, they do fight several times. It's not just one big fight at the end. You know, they
See, that's true.
Two fights.
Two fights. They fight once in the dream world.
Free encounters, shall I say?
Yeah, well, you don't give a rat's ass about that shit.
One
You
way
want to
he
see
plays
these
this-
guys cut the living fuck out of each other.
And that's
why
exactly
you
what
go
they
to
do.
see it. And that's
Yes.
pretty much what they do, yeah.
Now, see, there was like once again, there's some like they have like dark like people being stabbed and it not being funny because of all these different elements that's going on. And then like you go into Freddy's dream world and he's like playing pinball with Jason.
I love
Oh yeah, that was
I genuinely loved that part for as weird and stupid as it was.
See, then again, he's done worse in the movies. I mean, there's one I think it's in the 6th one. He's got like a dude in like the TV, and he's like controlling him with like the power glove.
Oh god, yeah.
The Nintendo
Now
power
I'm playing
glove.
with power.
That's actually my status on Skype right now.
I love
But,
the power glove.
The power glove.
So bad.
That was so funny.
See, that movie, I think that's when Freddy started to really, I don't know.
It was actually starting with the 4th one that they started really making more comic.
Yeah, that's true. But
Oh,
see,
comic
Freddy,
book.
I like that he maintains that level of comedic humor about him in this movie. Like, they don't make him
He's
unnecessarily
great. He's
dark
great.
and boring as, you know, the
Oh, he's
Watchmen guy.
He's so much fun to watch.
Rorschach.
the actor is amazing. I think if I had any issues with Freddy, I think like the face work that they did for the makeup was a little fake in some scenes. But you know,
I thought it looked a lot better than a lot of the other Nightmare on Elm Street villains.
Yeah, I
My
haven't
big
seen
complaint
any of
with
those.
Freddy,
See,
he
compared,
doesn't kill anyone. He only kills one person in the whole film.
well, that's the whole reason why they're fighting. Because Jason keeps being
I know,
a
but it would have
dickwad.
been nice to get like another kill, maybe.
Jason keeps fucking up and stealing all of Freddy's kills and pisses Freddy the fuck off. So he's gonna fuck Jason up, and then Jason fucks Freddy up, and then it's fucked up.
The movie could have been Freddy and Jason playing a Call of Duty game together, and Jason just kept stealing all of his kills.
It's essentially what it was, pretty much.
Yeah,
That is
I know.
exactly the whole thing there.
But it's the
But,
motherfucking fight that we all love.
Yeah, I think it's the last fight that everyone, you know,
Yeah,
obviously.
and actually, to be fair, it's actually like what 10 minutes at least. So, I mean, that's better than most horror
Sure.
film fights that I see.
It could have been way worse, like the Alien versus Predator fights, I guess. Which, aside from, I guess, their fight-ish with the Queen at the very end, was pretty
Doesn't
lame.
even count.
Yeah, but that film you can't even see what's going on.
Oh, you're
That's
talking about the
true.
second one? Requiem?
Yeah, I don't know. I've only seen one or two, so I don't know.
The fight scenes in AVP are all fucked up. They're all like super quick, super zoomed in. You don't know what
And very
the fuck's
gory.
Yeah,
going on.
it's sort of like an MTV kind of style editing. But
Yeah.
anyway, back to the actual movie we watched.
Do you know what my favourite part of the fight was?
What?
It's that last bit when they use each other's weapons and like Jason rips his arm off and then you stabs him with his own glove.
That was pretty fucked up.
It was awesome, yeah.
Oh, okay. When it comes to like some of my other thoughts about the movie, like the CGI was atrocious. Any of the times that they had like
Now,
CGI things going on in it.
Now hold on a minute. Now hold on.
Go ahead.
What part are we talking about here? Give me like an
Okay.
example here.
When was there?
All right. Well,
I only remember CGI at one moment. That was when he was a caterpillar.
remember? Oh, that was awful.
Okay,
Oh,
what,
God.
okay.
That did look
that's,
really bad.
that's a cheap shot, Rowan. That's a cheap ass shot.
Okay, but how about the part where like he becomes like a shadow on the ground and tries to stab the kid early on in the movie? Like,
It's supposed to be a homage to the cheesy effects of the 80s, man.
I know.
At least Freddy and Jason weren't CGI.
I'm just saying though that like the older movies used a lot more like camera trickery to work about the CGI elements.
True.
But what I did like was the gore in this movie.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of gore.
That all seemed very real. They had a lot of like actual fake blood. I thought that they were gonna have like CGI blood, like the intro made it look like it was all gonna be, but no, it was great. And at the end, when they're like ripping into each other and punching each other and stabbing each other with all
In the eyes.
Yeah, it just looks great.
I mean, it's fucked up, that movie.
How did
Jesus.
Jason loses his fingers in that fight too?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they both end up actually dying.
Well, I mean,
it's debatable, the ending.
Okay,
Okay,
the
well-
original ending was supposed to be them showing up in hell with Pinhead. Pinhead.
Oh, wow.
From,
That would have been awesome.
That
but they
would've
cut
been
that
awesome.
one because they couldn't get the rights to Pinhead.
Yeah.
So what happened? The original ending was them showing up in hell and Pinhead being there, being like, "Gentlemen, what's the problem?" or something. But they cut that, so now it's just. I mean, I kind of like the ending in a sense where they don't tell you who
I like that too.
won, kind of thing.
hmm
I mean, Freddy should have won. I'm just throwing that out there, but
Freddy was brought out of his element and into the real.
That's true. That's true.
But he somehow is still alive.
No,
they're
both
with
dead.
his head cut off.
No, they're both
Yeah,
supposed
he like
to be
winks
dead.
at the camera.
Yeah,
I love that. That's great. That's great, Freddy humor.
I like that. I mean,
guess.
you've killed them both like billions
Like-
of times.
Like,
so
I had very little like tension for the fight. It was just awesome to see the fight
Yeah.
because like I don't know, like Jason is basically unkillable. He'll come back from anything.
Freddy just goes back to the dream world, I guess.
He's
Right.
a dream demon.
Yeah.
But for what it was, I enjoyed it. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. And I've seen way worse, like in the Versus movies.
Well, it's one of the better ones, I'd say.
Okay, so now we gotta rate this movie. So Ronin,
Oh.
what are you gonna rate it?
Oh, well, like in terms of my enjoyment, I'd give it like a 6. But I just like in terms of what it was and what it was trying to be, I'd give it more like a 7, I guess. But like, there wasn't anything that really stood out too much for me. But it was fun, so that's the way I'd describe it.
Okay, Gerb, what about you?
I'd probably rate it the same, honestly. Like it's by no means, flawless. In fact, it probably has a lot of too many flaws, but it's still decent. I still watch it whenever I'm bored. Whenever I feel like, even if it is just that last fight scene.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with you. I'll probably give it a 7 because again, the main character is obviously stale, bland, boring. But then again, what do you expect?
But
in a
Freddy's
horror
fucking
movie?
awesome, and he makes.
But yeah,
he
see,
gets a lot of
that's
screen
you don't
time.
watch it for the stupid, human characters. You watch it for like the villains. You watch it for Freddy and Jason, and the fight scenes do make up for any really boring elements the other characters would bring in. So I'd probably give it a 6 or 7 too.
Mhm.
I wouldn't watch
Pay-
it like constantly.
Pay attention, Michael Bay.
But-
This is what you do this is how you give people what they expect.
Yeah, I mean, you go in expecting the fights, and they give some good fights. So I'd probably give it a 7, I guess.
Also,
Kind of generous.
we've
So.
all got the same rating then.
Yeah.
We are unanimous for once.
Nice.
I don't think that's ever happened with us. I mean,
No.
usually
Well-
we're on like the complete opposite ends.
And I've
spectrum.
never really been in podcasts
And
with
Gerb's
you
just
guys
kind of
before
there
anyway.
now. Like if
Yes.
Quentin was here, he'd be like, "I have no opinion."
Oh my
I
gosh.
have no opinion.
See, it's kind of weird having like a third person who actually
Isn't
has an
Gives an
opinion.
opinion?
Yeah, it's like blowing my mind.
I let go.
Yeah, let's.
Oh man, I almost kind of want to know what Quentin would have thought of this movie.
He would have been
Oh,
laughing the whole time.
Yeah, he would have just been happy seeing all the teenagers getting slaughtered.
Yeah, pretty much. We're making him out to be like a complete nut job.
Yeah.
People are gonna watch this, and if they don't know who Quentin and Corey are, they're gonna think they're the most
That's
like,
so
fucked
weird.
up guys on the planet. Let me tell you.
Well, I mean, one of them at least is.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, we gotta end it here. So, Ronan. do
Awesome. Well, that was a great time, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Cinema Leftovers this week. Hope you enjoyed your movie meal, and make sure to come back and bring your friends. Click on that meat to subscribe.
it.
Click on that meat.
Yeah,
Click on the
yeah.
meat.
Like
Okay.
he's got to put in like some sort of meat there at the end, and
Okay, he's gonna put his meat in it. He's gonna put his meat.